This party is dead. I can fix that.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your host, Dr. Dallas Stevens, along with my co-host, the clubhouse critic himself, Josh Summers. What's going on, buddy?
Not too bad. How about you? Hey, where's Mr. Loudmouth at?
You know, I don't know. He's got important things going on. You know him. He's a very important guy. He's always got to be on calls and doing important things, you know, making money, man. Making those big money matches like against Attila. But we'll get to that later on. Yeah, we'll get to that later on. But anyways, guys, welcome to the WrestleMania Night 2 edition of the Dr. Dallas show. And so right off the bat, since WrestleMania is going on and we are a wrestling podcast, so last night sucked.
Oh,
terrible. Like the only thing that I liked about that show was Paige coming back because I'm a fan of Paige. And she got a real big pop. I like that a lot.
Outside of that, it got the ass of the Diablo.
Say what? What are you rating it?
You got that half ass Diablo.
Oh my God! You gave it a half a Diablo.
Yeah, that's the half. I can't do it more than that.
That's terrible, man. That's terrible. Well, night 2's going on, and thus far, it's a lot better than night 1, man. Because Brock and Oba, they tore it down, man. And surprisingly, Brock Lesnar retired from professional wrestling.
That was not on my bingo card this year.
Man, I was not expecting that. I thought that was going to happen down the road, but hey, it's cool. It was a shock, and thank you, Brock, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. Oba's the new beast, so that ought to be fun to watch, see what he does. But anyways, let me get my spiel over with, and we can get back to that conversation. So obviously, today's episode, like every episode, is brought to you by the Camera Guy app and NGW Unlimited. Available now on Google Play, Apple Store, Fire TV, and Roku. Now has well over 20,000 hours streamed. And if you want advertisement, guys, get a hold of New Genesis Wrestling because they have a 24/7 stream on NGW Unlimited. And you can just have your name on there, have your business. Talk to them, man. Get this thing going. Let's get some advertising going on, man. We're all about getting the word out to everybody. We want this to be a platform where people can say what they want to say and get any and everything over. So let's see here.
Oh, yeah.
We got if you're live and you're watching, please drop a comment. Let us know that you're tuning in. And if you have questions during our interview segment, please chime in and we will try to get your questions answered. A lot of times whenever my loudmouth companion is here, a lot of people can't get their words in edgewise. Am I right?
Yeah. Hey, bring up that Laura said something in the comments. I saw.
What'd you say? Forget WrestleMania. This is where. Oh, Lauren, you're sweet. Thank you. See, I'm a little discombobulated because I'm so used to loudmouth taking over.
And right in your ear.
Yeah, it's my show. Why does he always got to come over here and just start talking about nope, I'm not saying it. Nope, I'm not. I don't want to see that stupid thing come across the screen, so I'm not even going to say that word. We're going to save that for later. Oh, we got Herb Simmons. Hello, sir. Good evening to you. Good evening, Justin Savage. Man, we got a lot of people in here. Obviously, WrestleMania is not that good tonight. Wow.
Welcome.
We got a lot of people watching this show. This is really cool. NWA will be better than WrestleMania next week. That is awesome. I love this. Look at all the love we got in the chat, Josh.
We appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it.
All right, so back to business. So obviously my segment is what is new in the Lou? Well, honestly, there's really nothing new in St. Louis wrestling right now, at least as it pertains to myself and JSO, other than didn't Jarrett Meyer win the New Breed Television Championship or something?
Yeah, I think so. It was yesterday. It was congrats to him. He's definitely
congrats. I think if JSO was here, he'd be like stupid green hair midget or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Usually he'll have some one-liner, but man, this is peaceful. It's kind of nice.
I want my mini horse. Oh crap, mini horse.
Why'd you have to say it?
It's like JSO like got a part of in my head and had me say it.
Josh, what am I gonna do with you, man?
Hey, you gotta love me or hate me.
Jesus. All right. So other than Jared Meyer winning the television championship, good evening, Jimmy Harris. Hello, sir. How are you? Other than that, I just want to run down the next show that I'm participating in and JSO as well. Obviously, we talked about it last week, but I'm going to run down the card real quick just so that way everybody's up to date because you don't want to miss this. It's going to be for Pride and Glory. It is at the Herculaneum Amvets Post 42, and that is April 25th, this coming Saturday. And we have a jam-packed card starting off with the Demon Cayman is back, and he's going to face an old rival, Beachbody Ryan Ash. Wow. Man, this is going to be a brawl. I don't see this being a wrestling match whatsoever.
Yeah, fight.
Definitely a fight because I know Cayman pretty well. I've been in the ring with him quite a bit, and it's never a wrestling match. It's always a fight. What?
How do your fingers feel with that? Like when he gets hold of your fingers.
Hey, did you see what Scott said? Slammer lost his tag team title last night. What? That's terrible. Him and Burt were so good together. Oh.
Boo.
Yes. Please catch it next time. Thank you. All right. Let's see here. So let's go down the list. Ricky Cruz versus your number one brother, Slammer. Man, that sucks. I can't believe he lost his tag belt.
That sucks.
And him and Burt were like mega powers, man, like Hulk and Mach. Next up, we have, it was supposed to be Deontay against yours truly, but that got changed. So it's actually going to be that tall backdoor douchebag Virgil Holmes of PYT.
Yeah.
That dude, man, he interfered in my match last time, and I'm tired of his shit. Excuse my language. Yeah, that dude right there. See, JSO's kicking him in the nuts. I'm going to do that to him too this coming Saturday because it is going to be an unsanctioned match. No rules.
Get one of those bats and like just crack it.
Or a golf club or trash can
ball.
Or anything. Hell, I'll probably go grab Slammer, have Slammer come out and give him a big boot for me or something. Yeah. But no, man, unsanctioned match. I can do whatever I want to this guy. And there's like no liability. So he agreed to it because he's an idiot. Yeah, homeless Verhill? I like that better. Virgil. Yeah, Virgil. Homeless Virgil.
You got to watch out for Nikki. She might be there too with him.
What does JSO call her? $2 trash
bag. Oh.
He does it way better.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, next up we have DK, the guy that I lost to because of homeless Virgil Holmes, against Remy George. I'm assuming this is going to be for the junior heavyweight championship. That is going to be a good match because DK is no joke, man. You know, I don't take him lightly. I've wrestled him before, and he's, looks can be deceiving. That guy can wrestle. And
so can Remy. Remy can go too.
Oh yeah. I mean, I haven't had the pleasure of. Or no, have I? I think I have. Did I face him? I can't remember.
You might have.
Too many chair shots to the head in my past.
Yeah.
All right. Then next up, Mr. New Breed television champion Jarrett Meyer against everybody's favorite wrestler, the Snitch. Now this is going to be a good match. I am looking forward to this.
Yeah, definitely.
They both have similar styles. They both are fast, and they're very smart. They're going to try to outsmart each other. You know that's going to happen. And then after that, you know what? I know I'm usually a traditionalist. I usually save the heavyweight title for last, but I'm not going to do that. We got the heavyweight championship. Is going to be Playboy Preparation H against Jerry Morgan.
He's on his own.
Well, I have beef with Jerry. He has a championship that I want, and I really don't like Preparation H. We all know this. You hear my tag team partner and bestie all the time pretty much saying that they're like cockroaches because everywhere we go, they're there and they interfere with our matches. They cause just nothing but chaos. And unless JSO and I are doing the chaos, we don't allow that, man. Only we can do that. We don't.
You guys just stomp them out and they just keep coming back.
Right, man. It's like you flip on the light switch and then they just scatter, man.
That's like the same amount of members they have too.
Yeah, don't they have like 37 members or something like that?
Yeah, it's like 85, 37, one of those like numbers. I don't keep track.
All right, and of course, certainly last but not least, the true main event, in my opinion, is going to be JSO against the legendary Attila Khan. Wow, man. This match here, I mean, just this match alone is a reason to come down and see this show.
It's a battle of titans.
I mean, as a fan, I want to see this, but I'm going to be right there at ringside. I'm going to be cheering him on, man, because this is going to be JSO's biggest challenge, in my opinion. I don't know if he agrees with me on that statement or not, but I think this is going to be a hell of a match, man. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
It's definitely going to be good.
Yeah. So other than that, that's really all I got on my segment. So let's do a little clubhouse critique with Josh Summers. What's going on with you this week, man?
This week we're going in the clubhouse critique. I didn't get to go watch any matches. There was a few that went on. I watched boring WrestleMania, but we're going to try time travel back to last year into the vault, and we're going to talk about Jerry Morgan versus Cayman.
Okay.
For the it was a number one contendership for when Jeff was heavyweight champion in MMWA.
Oh, okay. I remember now. Okay. Continue.
They were it's definitely it was a good match. There was no actual like
Yep.
They were on their own. They don't have anyone that's gonna like hurt the other one. And man, like I love when Cayman does that German suplex through the ropes and this.
Yeah, man, I've been the recipient of that a couple times back.
It hurts.
Yeah, it don't feel good, man.
And then the finger thing he does. It's like he takes your fingers and bends them.
Yeah, I know. It hurts a lot. He dislocates your fingers. That he's a nasty.
My fingers hurt.
Cayman is a nasty, dirty player in the ring, man. I know this. I've faced him multiple times. I'm glad that we like each other now. But, man, we didn't like each other back then. You know that. All the brawls, all the brutal matches that him and JSO have been through, the series of matches that I've been through with him. Oh, my God. Yeah, that guy is brutal. But, yeah, that match I remember, man. Wasn't there like a crowbar or something involved in that?
That was it was Abigail. She had a crowbar with her, and towards the end of the match, I don't know if the ref got knocked out or whatever, but that JSO got the crowbar as Jerry was about to win, and just cracks him.
Yeah. See, JSO hasn't liked Jerry for a long time, and nothing's changed. And I don't like Jerry either because, like I said, he has what I want. Continue, sir. Go ahead.
Definitely, it was. Both of them were very good, and I know you guys don't like him, but I like technical wrestlers, and Cayman's. They're both. They have similar styles. They both like to play with their opponent, which I like. I love a good storytelling match, a good lengthy match that. Some people get bored of that. I don't. I like it, and. Like I said, in the end, Cayman won, which started the big run of Cayman going after JSO for the title, and JSO winning every time. But that was a really good. It was a really good set of match. I loved it. That was best seat in the house. And like I said, I love bad guys. I love good guys, but I'm a bad guy fan. I'm a heel fan overall.
Yeah, you do like the bad guys, but hey, they
have more fun.
Yeah, they do. Bad guys do have more fun. You're right on that, Josh.
I give that 4 Diablos.
Okay.
It was definitely an intense match for sure.
4 Diablos. Oh my God. See, look, your graphics. What is up with this? Both you and JSO and your graphics.
Well, maybe you should go get a mini horse.
Why? Why did you have? Man, dude.
Maybe you should find like a farm animal or like a steer or something. To, like,
I don't know
like
what your all's obsession with farm animals are.
I don't know. Just go get a mechanical bull or something, and
Woo!
that would be your
hey, Scott, just breaking news. Rhea just won the WWE Women's Championship from Jade Cargill.
Oh, God.
Yes, that's a congrats right there. I love me some Rhea Ripley.
Definitely.
Yes, that is awesome. Oh, there's Dardar. Where have you been? You're late.
Hey,
lucky JSO ain't here. He'd be chewing you out right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so
yeah, I gave that four Diablos. That was a good match.
Okay, 4 Diablos.
And that's what happened on this week's Clubhouse Critique.
Cool, man. Thank you so much. Well, I really thought that JSO would be popping his head in here at some point right now, but apparently he's on a very long phone call. So I'm sure he'll pop in whenever he feels like it because that's just what he does. He seems to like just say and do whatever he wants.
It's like Joe Hendry. He just shows up whenever.
Yeah, don't say his name then, right?
Yeah, or the certain animal.
Yes, you've already said it twice. Don't make it a third time, Josh. All right. So, well, since we're done with that crap, let's get to why we're really here. My excuse is I was mowing the lawn. Listening to, oh, thanks, Ariel. You're such a sweetheart. Okay, so while we are all here tonight, this is a great interview. I've been looking forward to this as a wrestling guy and a comic guy. Our interview this evening is a IWA Productions Hall of Famer and author of Scar Comics. Let's bring on the legendary Shane Jones, a.k.a. Scar.
Hi, guys.
What's going on, man? How are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing great. Glad to be here. Thank you very much.
Oh, man, I've been wanting to talk to you for a hot minute because you have a lot of good stories that I want to hear. And I just want to say thank you for coming on the show. And we just want to ask you a few things and get your take on things wrestling and then ask you about your new comic coming out, if that's all right with you.
Sounds great.
Right on. Well, first and foremost, if you wouldn't mind giving our audience a little introduction of your own and just kind of tell us who you are, where you're from, and why people should know who you are around here.
Well, my name's Shane Jones. I'm from the Metro East Illinois area. I spent about 24 years in the wrestling business, wrestled as the Monster Scar, and have transitioned out of the ring and into my new endeavor.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So I guess it's probably an easy transition because obviously pro wrestling is storytelling. Those of us that have been in the business long enough know that. And just to go from that to comics, I'm sure that was a pretty easy transition for you.
Oh, once you read a few of the action scenes in there, you'll see the wrestling storytelling. It's very, very similar. The logic's the same. And you just want to draw people in with the action and let them breathe through it.
Right. Awesome. Well, let's talk about your wrestling career. Where'd you start? How did the Monster Scar come to be?
Well, so it's kind of funny. My friend Chris Yokish and I, and you may have heard of him, Xavier Frost.
Oh yeah, I know who he is.
And he and I were really good friends, and we talked we were so obsessed with pro wrestling, and we were in our early 20s, and it started the night we were at a party together, and somebody had on Hell in the Cell with Taker and Mankind, and everybody else is at a partying, and he and I are just sitting there watching Hell in the Cell because it was just blew our minds, everything that happened in that match. And that kind of kicked off a long friendship between us. And finally he goes, we should just do it. we should try it.
Yeah.
And at the time, the only one we knew of was GCW, Gateway Wrestling.
Okay.
And so we went to call them and never got a call back. Never got contacted back.
Wow.
So then there was a show from a company called Midwest Powerhouse Wrestling in my hometown. At the time, I lived in Godfrey, Illinois.
Okay.
And so we go to that show and just had a blast. On that show was a guy by the name of Showtime Shane Summers. I don't know if you've ever heard of him or not.
The name rings a bell.
His dad at the time ran down in southern Missouri an NWA affiliate.
Okay.
And so that night I got talking to his dad about training because I was a pretty big guy. I mean, at that point I was about maybe, I stand about 6'4", 6'5", and I was about 420, 430 pounds at that point. So, he said, you're a big guy. You should look into doing this if you like it. So it was a bit enamoring thinking about going down and training with somebody affiliated with NWA. Because that just is legendary in the business. That's what I grew up on.
Yeah, me too.
That and golden era WWE.
Yep.
So I was talking to Yokesh, to Frost, and he said, okay, we could do that, but that's a longer way to go. This company's having a training seminar with Dan the Beast Severn their next show in Pacific, Missouri. And it's like $50, $60, something like that. And we can start learning the business from Severn. So we went down there and did that and trained with them, and it was a lot of fun. And we got to work security like, everybody does when they're breaking into the business.
Yep.
And we just kept going out and training and learning more and more about it until the booker at the time is the promoter of American Championship Wrestling, the Searcher. He had a pretty large group of us that were breaking in at the same time. So he put together this group he called the Legion. And it was kind of a mixture of us rookies and a few vets sprinkled in. Damian Blade joined us at one point. Christian Hayes, a few other people that were in at the moment. We feuded with everybody in there. It was a chance to get my first couple of matches in. By like my second or third time in the ring, I was getting a chance to get in the ring in a Severn match, and I actually choke slammed Dan Severn off a ladder.
Get out of here! No, you
true,
didn't.
Absolutely true.
Wow. That is so cool.
Yeah, and then apparently I was doing some things right because the promoter put I took the title within the first like 6-7 months that I had broke in, and then I held that for probably a good 4 or 5 months, and then I ended up dropping it in a match. Probably what I think is one of my better matches, as green as I was to the business, and it was with Cowboy Bob Orton.
Wow, you worked Cowboy?
Yeah, nice. And it was only like maybe my 7th, 8th match ever. Oh, I've worked Bob. We've had probably a good 10, 11, 12 matches together, whether it be tag or one-on-one.
Man, that I am jealous. That is awesome. What's it like being in the ring with him?
Even better was, here I am, this green rookie, and we're in the locker room.
Yeah.
And he kind of comes up to me, and I'm shitting my pants because I don't feel like I belong in the ring with Cowboy Bob Orton.
Yeah.
He brought Randy with him to a show just a couple months earlier because that was when Randy was down with the shoulder injury when he was first breaking in.
Yep.
And so, it was kind of cool. We got to meet Randy and get pictures and stuff, and it was really cool. So I'm sitting there in the locker room. Here comes Bob Orton, and he's like, "Well, what do you want to do out there?" I'm like, I don't know, Bob. What? He goes, "You don't do a lot of moves, right? You just do a lot of punching and kicking." I'm like, "Now I do." Because when you're a big guy, you learn all the chain wrestling. You learn how to protect yourself when you fall and all of that stuff.
Yeah,
and
it's all the same. Doesn't matter what size you are.
No. And then you get booked into your first matches and you get told, you're too big for that.
Yeah.
Do this.
Yeah.
So
work like a big man.
But they're not wrong. You know, the people that tell you that, they're not wrong, because you've got to learn a style and learn how to tell the story within that style. And if you try to break that, it doesn't work right.
No, it doesn't look right either.
He you know, he gave me some ideas and we decided on a few things, and he looks me straight in the eye and goes, tell you what, you don't pick me up, I won't pick you up. Deal. We're good. That's I'm good with that. So we went out there and we worked the match, and Bob sold like a mother for me. I punched him one time and he did his thing where he goes out of the ring head first backwards to the floor.
No.
Oh yeah. He threw me a drop kick.
Oh, legendary Orton drop kick.
Yeah. We went to the outside. He got up on me, and it was kind of funny because at the time I wore a full face mask, and the original Scar mask was made by Searcher.
Okay.
And it evolved over time with me, but that mask only had a nose hole. It didn't have any way to breathe other than the nose. And Bob gets in front of me and gives me one of these and really closes that off and almost puts me to sleep for real.
Oh.
But no, we worked back into the ring, did a couple things, and then the end of the match, Searcher and Blade came out with chairs and both delivered. We did unprotected chair shots to the head back then way too often. But I took two good of those.
We did.
Then Bob gave me a RKO and took the belt off me.
Well, that is awesome, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to I'm picturing it as you're telling it, and I'm just going, wow, you got to be in the ring with a legend like Bob Orton, and
that's got to be a good story to tell for sure.
I mean, just to have him drop kick me one time would be like, oh, bucket list right there. I'm good now.
The funny part is we get back and he's like, good match. He looks at me, he goes, we never did that headlock spot, but that's okay. Like, sorry, Bob, I forgot about that.
He moves around pretty good even now, don't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Jeez
Absolutely,
Louise, man. I wouldn't want to try him, as he always says.
One of my favorite stories about Bob is I was about maybe 10 years in the business, and no, he did not have a cast at that point.
That's great, Karen. Great.
That's great. I'm working this show up in a little town called Mount Pulaski, Illinois.
Okay.
And I don't even remember the company's name anymore. The promoter didn't do a very good job getting out and promoting. He's bringing Bob Orton and Ron Powers in to tag against me, and my tag partner at the time was a guy named BioShock. And Ron had known BioShock's dad a long time ago, and so he was excited to kind of get to talk to Ron. And everybody, that was a locker room. There was a lot of guys that were younger, and they were all really excited for when Bob came in to the back to the locker room. And we got in there, they're all kind of like, hey, Bob, you remember me? You remember this? You remember that? And he's being nice. And then he looks up and he sees me across the locker room. He's like, hey, big guy, I know you. And comes over and we just start talking, and kind of everybody else is left behind. I'm like, okay, Bob Orton actually knows who I am. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
That is awesome. Josh,
go ahead, buddy. I know you got a question for him, or a few questions for him.
We'll start out of we got who what would you tell the young comers, like up and comers that are like, if you got to talk to them, what knowledge would you share with them?
The first thing I ever did with anybody who I worked with to train was I sent them home with homework. I said, I want you to go look up how the professional wrestling business started and what a few key words that are used in the business, what do they mean? And what do you think? How do you think they apply to it? And I'm wanting them to look things as work and smart and mark and those sorts of things. And what I would want to tell is, did somebody actually take the effort to know that? Because understanding that part of the history of the business will put you in, and then of course learning the business as it went along, how these guys came to do this because they were wrestling 7 nights a week, and they had to find some way to keep their bodies going day after day after day. So they had to develop these ways to bring the crowd in, bring the money in, and still be able to get up and go to work the next day. And if I was always weary if guys couldn't do that simple task. We've all seen the person that got into wrestling because it was a fantasy in their head, and they didn't want to learn what they needed to learn. And they already had their gimmick, and they already knew what they were going to do and how they were going to get the crowd to react. And it never works out for those guys very well, because they're not learning. They might learn how to wrestle, but they're not learning how to work.
See, that's a big difference. Big difference. You got to learn how to work, because that's how you tell good stories.
I've seen amazing matches with guys doing gymnastics almost the entire match. And I couldn't tell you one thing about those matches because they were boring to me, because there was nothing to get you invested. Give me a Rock and Roll Express versus Midnight Express, where by the time Morton makes that tag, the entire roof's blowing off the arena because everybody's so drawn into what's going on. Give me that anytime.
The drama, the suspense. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Savage just gave you a very nice compliment. Scar was a great mentor, tag partner, great friend. Gives you any advice, listen and follow it. Look at that. That's pretty cool.
You could see Savage is one of those guys you could see from the very first time you saw him that this guy, he has a very creative mind. He knows how to apply it. And he learned everything really quickly, and he was a great tag partner. That was some fun times. Savage, Scar, 2-time IWA Production Tag Team Champions.
Wow!
And had a great time tagging with Savage until I retired the first time.
Yeah. But, follow-up question: what, when you got into the business, how versus now, how big of a difference is it to you?
It probably was not as tough to get into the business as it should have been when I broke in, but there was a trade-off to it, because Searcher trained us all, but at the same time, until he gave us the nod, we did what he wanted us to do, because he wasn't sending somebody out there as his trainee if they were going to make him look bad. So he wanted to make sure we went through the paces and earned that ability to get out there and do other stuff.
What's been your inspiration from between wrestling and comics?
Honestly, writing the comics started. I'll get into that in a little bit, but the big thing is I've met so many big personalities, so many characters. I have characters for books and books and books based on the personalities that I met. Now, some people are their real version, but I've already gotten their permission to use their likeliness and their gimmick ahead of time, because I wouldn't try to just steal something. I wouldn't put a Dr. Dallas in there without talking to him first and getting his permission to be in it. But
you have my permission.
We'll
Just
talk.
saying.
We'll talk, because I've got a couple ideas. I've got a new story arc starting soon, so
I can't wait to get into that. But please continue.
Okay, so but yeah, it's just there's so many big personalities in this business, and I've been fortunate enough to kind of travel a little bit within the Midwest. kind of broke in before there was a time where you could get on social media and really.
YouTube was in its infancy whenever we started.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, like the first time somebody mentioned, why don't you put your shows on YouTube? I had no idea what they were talking about.
I know, me either.
Because I'm old.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. Okay. So MMWA, does that promotion hold a special meaning to you at all?
Absolutely. I had just finished another run with IWA Productions and love it down there. Love the promoter. He's a great friend. He's a great person. But there's just a point where you've been in one place for long enough. And I truly don't think places switch up talent enough.
Yes.
Because there's a point where it's stagnant. And you know that they're never going to say, hey, I don't need you. But you could tell they could probably use the space for younger guys coming in or new faces coming in, because especially when you're running, and that's one thing that makes MMWA so amazing. And I'll get back to that in a second. But when you're running one place month after month after month, you got to give them something new to keep them coming back. If it's the same show over and over and over again, a lot of places can't get the people to come back to watch. You got to rotate some new talent in from time to time.
See, spoken like a true vet. That is exactly my thoughts as well, man.
Well, I also kind of look at it as a former promoter too. I promoted both Full Throttle Wrestling and World Powerhouse Wrestling. And the first time I did it, we were too young. We were too green in the business. MPW had shut down and we just wanted to keep momentum going.
Yeah.
And we made a lot of mistakes, but that company still lasted for about 5 years, which is a lot longer than some places go.
Yeah. That's an eternity for some indie promotions.
Yeah. And then, Xavier Frost started WPW. He did a great job with it. He got it on solid footing. But he was getting to a point in his life where he couldn't take the time to do it. So I bought it from him and I ran it for about 4 or 5 years.
See, I didn't know you were a promoter. This is news to me. Wow.
Yeah, before Long Life got in the way for me and I just couldn't do it anymore. And so I ended up selling the equipment off and selling the company off. Wow. But yeah, I probably learned more about the business promoting than I did just working. Because you've got to look at all aspects of it and how to get tickets sold.
Yeah,
how to get
seats all about, right?
Because that's what we do it for. We don't do it to walk out into an empty building, and hurt ourselves for nobody.
No kidding.
So
that's no joke.
That's the thing. Guys all the time would come ask me, "Hey, did you watch my match?" And honestly, probably a lot of them I probably haven't watched. Sometimes there's a convenient monitor and you can do it. You can watch it. Yeah. If there's not a monitor, then it's a little bit tougher to see the match. But I always tell them I didn't watch it, but I listened to it, because I don't care what you guys do in the ring. If that crowd's loud and they're into it, and they're constantly with you, and there's none of those big, long, silent lulls, then it was a good match.
Yes. As long as they're making noise, that's all you got to have them do.
Oh, yeah.
When they're not making noise,
just do one of the two.
Yeah. Wow, man. Yeah. MMWA, obviously, that's where I met you in the locker room.
Yes.
And it's a pleasure. I wish that we could have worked together, but you had to retire.
I did. I had finally, I had maybe about 4 or 5 matches in MMWA, and things were going great. I was feeling like it was a new home base for me. And then one night I had an accident that I punctured my eye and blinded myself in my left eye. And a couple surgeries later, they saved the eye, but I don't have any sight in it.
Oh,
and
wow.
I didn't feel as if getting back in the ring to wrestle was probably safest for me or the person that I was wrestling.
Again, that's a true vet right there. He knows that he's looking out for the person who he's in the ring with, because that's what you're supposed to do. That is it. We are in there to take care of each other, not hurt each other for real, guys. You know, seriously,
Like
that's awesome. I respect
the
that, man.
wrestlers, yes, everyone.
Yeah, man, that sucks that it got cut short, man. Because I know you were starting to get some momentum.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know how many more years. I'll be 50 this August, and I don't know how many more years I was going to have left anyway. But I felt like end of the career me, leaned much heavier into the storytelling and working the fans and getting them riled up and doing a less is more, but getting more out of it.
Exactly. Camera guy just gave you some props.
I saw that. Thanks, camera guy.
Yeah, man.
I enjoyed what you gave in MMWA. Like I said, Ricky Cruz got me to come down there and watch, and like I'm a huge fan of the Butcher and the Brotherhood.
Oh,
yeah. I'm like I said, they got everyone they treat me like family. I know I'm not a wrestler. I'm not like you guys, but I do what I can. I share everything for you guys. I take the videos and photos for these guys that the camera guy doesn't.
So to me, doing this show, doing what you do, you're playing a valuable part in the business. Might not have a fancy title for it, and it's behind the scenes, but it's important because it's all part of promoting the business.
Mm-hmm. And it's much appreciated.
I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. I find any company, there's a few unsung heroes that the company wouldn't exist without. And most of the time it has nothing to do with it, if they're in the ring, of what they do in the ring.
I agree with that.
100%. I travel with these guys. I've even helped like an NGW help put the ring together and tear down. I've done their
Yeah, he participates in any way he can, and we appreciate that. Yeah, it goes a long way for us. We do appreciate that, and that's why you're on the show. That's why you are here to ask all these questions, because you are a St. Louis wrestling super fan. You know everybody in some way, shape, or form, and I want you to be able to ask questions to a lot of these legends in the business, as well as new guys in the business. And so far, we haven't got canceled yet, and we've spoken to a nice little smorgasbord of people. I'm shocked. Where is JSO? Man, this is so weird. It's like this far into the show and he's not around.
I always thought he was a bit scared of Scar, so that could
be. That might be.
You know what? I think he is. See, well, he's got to face Attila coming up at Herky, so that's going to be a battle, man. I'm looking forward to seeing that. What are your thoughts on Attila Khan?
What's that?
What are your thoughts on Attila Khan?
Brutal, man. He's a walking meat grinder. You don't walk out of a match with Attila the same.
I was in a Rumble with him not too long ago. It was the Mount Vernon Rumble, and I almost peed my pants, man. He is scary up close, and he hits like a ton of bricks, and I don't want anything to do with him. And the fact that my bestie is eager and willing to get in the ring with him just shows you how crazy he really is.
Get his insurance paid up. Make sure he's good to go get patched up after he's done.
And I hope he doesn't think I'm going to be helping, because I'm going to be kind of just watching from afar. Don't tell him that, though, okay?
We'll stand on our side of the ring.
I'm going to cheer him on, JSO, all the way. Because he is going to be your new MMWA heavyweight champion soon enough. Don't you worry. Just like one day, I'm going to be the Tony Costa Legacy champion. That's going to happen. I'm telling you, I've been saying it for weeks. I'm going to get that championship one way or another. It's going to happen. Whether it's through Jerry or it's through somebody else, I'm winning that championship. Sorry, I had to go on that rant.
No, that's all right. That was one thing that I was really disappointed about, because there were some names being thrown around that I might start tag teaming with in MMWA. And I had just joined with Moondog and the Dog Pound. And there were some rumblings about possibly getting it into the tag title picture. And I already have got tag titles from 9 different companies. Getting the tag titles from MMWA to round it off at my 10th company would have been perfect.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I have my bucket list. I have my how I want things to happen. Just and I'm almost there. And one of the things on my bucket list, if not the last thing on my bucket list in wrestling, is to get a singles championship. Over 2 decades, and I've never been a singles champion.
I kind of fell into that tag team guy.
I'm a tag team guy,
for
JSO
a long time.
Yeah.
And I had won the MPW title, and then I was the first FTW champion. I held a couple other like hardcore titles and this but nothing. I really never held a whole lot of singles titles, but tag titles, man, almost everywhere we went, there'd be somebody for me to partner up with, and it's hard to keep the belts off two monsters.
Yeah, it is, and especially when you guys work so well, and that's just it. When you have chemistry, that makes a world of difference, and that's probably why I've been a tag team guy, because JSO and I, man, we click, we have chemistry, we work well, we know each other. So, and it shows.
One of my first tag partners, I don't know if you know him or not, Dan Walsh.
Oh, the Croc
Kid, yeah. He was literally Croc Kid back when I broke in, yeah.
Yeah, well, because JSO started at GCW.
Okay, yeah.
That's where he started training.
And Croc worked a lot of GCW. Well, when he first transitioned out of being Crocodile Kid, which if you never saw him work that angle, him versus an inflatable alligator or crocodile, and putting on at least 3-star matches.
or in his, he calls them Diablos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just the guy was so naturally funny. Yeah. He would crack you up. And he came back and reinvented himself as the real deal Dan Walsh. And we ended up tagging together as Sexy Aggression. I was the sexy, he was the aggression.
I so see it too. That is awesome. He's got a lot of charisma, and that's
absolutely.
And that's it, man. You give him a mic, he'll go to town, man.
And he's a former Marine. Yeah. I mean, and he served our country and he served overseas, and that absolutely deserves our respect.
Absolutely. 100%, man. Yeah, we know a lot of the same guys, and that's it's
cool. Amazing, that we didn't. Our path. The problem was I never really dipped into St. Louis a whole lot after my MPW days. We would have a Missouri license, but we'd run it very seldomly, and I just didn't really run in the actual St. Louis circles. I started heading up by Chicago, and I think I've worked in almost every little town from Chicago to Southern Illinois. I've been in so many little places, and some of them were fantastic, packed, great. Some of them not a soul in sight.
Yeah, it was so like one extreme to the other, every single time. Go ahead, Josh.
And I always ask this: what's your actually? It's gonna be a 2-parter. It's what's your Mount Rushmore of like the mainstream, and then like what's your? I know you're a tag team guy. What's your Mount Rushmore of your tag partners?
Ooh. Of my tag partners?
Yeah, of your tag partners. Okay,
so let's start. Let's make this a little bit easier, because we'll start with the mainstream guys. It's hard to pick 4. So my 4 may not be like the best wrestlers ever, but to me they were guys that this business wouldn't exist without. And so one is the guy I always idolized, Andre. Andre put wrestling on the map for a lot of people. I mean, I remember I was a little kid, and this was back when you didn't see the main guys every time it was on TV. You'd see Hogan maybe 4 times a year.
Yeah.
And that's to promote a pay-per-view or something like that to get you to buy those tickets or buy the pay-per-view. Andre, you might see once or twice a year.
A true attraction.
Yeah. And then, but it was such a big thing. Like I remember my dad calling throughout the house, "Hey Shane, Andre the Giant's on." It was that big of a deal. I mean, now your top guys have to be on TV 2-3 times a week. And I do think it's kind of overexposure sometimes with that. Again, sometimes with wrestling, less is more. It was more special when you got to see those guys because you didn't get to. Plus, it really then featured guys like Junkyard Dog or Coco Beware or those sorts of guys to really kind of get TV time and in a meaningful way that they probably wouldn't have in today's format.
Nope.
But so I gotta go Andre. I've got to go Flair. I gotta go Hogan.
Okay.
There's so many guys that could be that fourth, but meaning to the business, the longevity. I don't think you'll ever see anything like the streak again. It's got to be Taker.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. That's a good set.
That is a good set. So now, tag team partners. This is going to be interesting right here.
Yeah. So I'm going to kind of look at some things people might not like. I'm thinking like longevity, time on the road, things like that. First is probably got to be Searcher.
Okay.
He and I held tag titles together. Second would probably be Damian Blade.
Butcher.
We were tag partners in the Unholy Alliance. The second version of it. Tommy Cross was the first version. And then we got back we were in a group. Actually, I guess we tagged. No, I don't think we tagged in the second forming of the Legion. But we Searcher, myself, and Blade, Judge Chipster, we formed a group called the Fallen, and that was one of my favorite times ever. Just that group. We went to company as just kind of a group together. Could get any two of the three, maybe the third person work a single somewhere, but that was a good time. My third favorite would probably be Savage. We had a lot of good times on the road together. Lot of good matches together. Just thinking of some of the people we got to work against, it was a lot of fun. And then fourth would be BioShock. He and I probably traveled the most together because we tagged during a time where we didn't really have a home base. I wasn't promoting anymore. None of the places that we had ever really worked with were in existence anymore. So we were traveling up to Springfield. We were traveling down to way southern Illinois, a place called Strictly Insane Pro Wrestling.
That's creative.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there was a lot of really good workers there. I mean, I was on shows with Jake Purnell and Alex Herzog down there, and
wow.
Just there was a lot of good talent that came through that organization, but yeah, it was a long trip for the pay. But we were working in a lot of places. In fact, we were tagging together when we got a chance to work my favorite set of shows, and that was for a promoter up in Princeton, Illinois called Frankie the Chi-Town Hitman. And Frankie put on once a year a show called Rumble for the Kids. And in the 8 years he ran it, they almost raised, I want to say, $60,000 for the school district's playgrounds. Every time we had a show, there was easily 1,000 people there. It was the middle school gym packed. Out of that 1,000 people, 700 had to be kids just screaming at the top of their lungs.
That's awesome.
And it really didn't matter. There were, because it was in the school, there were some rules. People couldn't go to the top. They couldn't go over the ropes, and it was a rumble. So it was you can't go over the ropes. So you got to go second or first and roll out. If your feet touch the floor, you're out. But they didn't care. No. It was awesome. And every year I did it, it was the same ending. That there would be the good guy. They wanted to win the rumble. There would be me and probably one other heel, and we would be beating down the good guy, and Frankie's music would hit, and he'd come out with a couple girls on each side in his suit and tie. He'd get in the ring. He'd put the loaded boxing glove on because he's the Chi-Town Hitman, and he'd knock us both out, and we'd roll out the ring, and he'd get out the ring, and the good guy would win it. A lot of times there was a superintendent of the district would be on the shows with us, and so he would win the rumble that way.
Nice.
But the second he would win it, it was deafening. It was so loud in there. Those kids were just screaming at the top of their lungs. It was great.
That's great, man.
That's awesome.
And at those shows, I got to meet people like, I actually took Shark Boy's spot in the locker room and didn't realize who it was. I'm like, I took your spot, man. Go ahead and take it back. And then, so I moved, and then he's getting ready, and he puts the Shark Boy mask on. I'm like, oh, well, that's who that is. Okay. And then I saw him get in a fight on the after show party because everybody got drunk and he hit on somebody's wife. And that guy went after him, and it turned into a bit of a brawl. I got to meet Honky Tonk Man at one of those shows. I got to meet Demolition were some of the greatest names that I've been in locker rooms with.
Congratulations to Hall of Famers, by the way.
Absolutely. I couldn't be happier to hear that. There was like 3 different classrooms that were served as locker rooms. They went to every single classroom and shook the hand and introduced themselves to every one of us indie guys that were sitting there ready for the show. And they come up, hey, I'm Barry. Hey, I'm Bill. How's it going? Good, nice to meet you. I mean, they were just the nicest guys.
That is awesome.
Nice.
That is really cool. Well, one more related to wrestling question, and then I want to get into the real reason why I want to talk to you, because I'm a comic book nerd. But the last wrestling question for me is, who are there people right now, who do you think you have influenced that's working on the indie scene right now the most? Is there like one particular person? Is there a group of people that you think that you've had a hand in that have helped them grow in any way?
I tried to help as many people as I could, especially towards the end there. I don't know if you know who Bob Evans is, Brutal Bob.
I've heard of him.
He's kind of an indie wrestling guru. We brought him in one time, and he and I've talked a lot. And his biggest thing is you got to serve. You got to serve your fans. You got to serve your fellow man. And the more you do for others, the more it's going to keep coming back. And whether it was, if I have a booker call me, I'd say, hey, can I bring a carload with me just to get guys bookings? I would do everything I could to try to get, when I was running a promotion and I'd talk to other promoters, I'd be like, hey, you want to trade up cars? You want to, send some guys your way just to try to get them into some new places. So, I really tried to be as influential on people as I could. There's a group of guys, Marcellus Knight and Alex Steele. BioShock's pretty much retired now, or is retired. I would put Savage in that. I didn't break Savage into the business by any means, but just some of the time that we got to talk. And that guy is so creative. And one of these days he's going to be a best-selling author or writer because he's got so many good ideas and so many stories. He's just extremely creative. But I would say that kind of that grouping of people were breaking in. I had the opportunity to kind of be the vet when they got into the business and just try to help them all out as much as I can.
That's awesome, man. Josh, you got one more wrestling question before we get to the comics?
Well, what was your tag team wise? What was your inspiration for your tag team? I know you're just talking about Demolition.
First finishing move I ever used, we Dan and I tried to do the Demolition. I couldn't get people balanced that well on one knee. I was just not that coordinated, so we had to switch that up.
It's harder than it looks.
It's way harder than it looks. Your typical big man wrestling teams is your Demolitions, your Road Warriors. For me, and it might sound silly, but those two guys knew how to play their part. Was Earthquake and Tugboat or Typhoon.
Yeah.
Those
natural disasters.
And Earthquake was a great worker. He was a fantastic worker.
John Tenta was amazing.
He was. Though a lot of times people don't give him credit for just how good he was.
Very good. And a legit sumo guy.
Exactly. Absolutely. like I said, I was born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s. So all of those kind of big teams are who really made an influence on me for my style. And then psychology wise, just watching them all, Rockers, Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express, Heart Foundation, Steiners.
Oh yeah.
All of them, I always loved tag team wrestling, and there's so much more to a tag team match than there is a singles. Not that singles are easy.
No.
Singles are tough, but there's less variables, and you can control more of what's going on. In a tag match, you've got 4 different people plus a referee, and you've done a lot of tag. That referee doesn't always remember or listen as well as they should. So
I've been fortunate since this current run that we've been on right now. I've been fortunate to be in there with a bunch of refs that do know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
But yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
A great ref makes a match 1,000% better. A bad ref will ruin a match quicker than anything.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. Well, now for the main event. So now, since you've been retired, my man, you have been. Oh, there it is. Oh, I got to get my hands on that.
This is the proof copy, but this is the only print version I have right now. The other orders are ordered and on their way.
So tell us about Scar becoming a comic book character.
It all started with messing around with AI one night. I had a promo picture from the camera guy that I loaded into I think I started with Gemini, and I said, "Can you turn this into a cartoon character?" Because I always kind of wanted to see what it would look like that, right? Maybe get a print, put it up on my wall, call it a day. Yeah. It came up with a pretty cool picture. And then it was having trouble doing anything else with it, so I switched over to ChatGPT, and I said, "Can you take this picture and create a comic book page?" And it did, and it came up with some ideas, and the graphics in it looked phenomenal. So I started tooling around with it. I tried to start doing something with the idea it had, and then that wasn't working. And then it just turned into, I know this kind of sounds funny, but ChatGPT and I having these long conversations about, would this be a good idea? How could this story go? And it's really good at evaluating that and telling you if it thinks it's a good idea. One time I even asked it, I said, are you just programmed to tell me everything's great? And it said, no. If I don't think something's a good choice, I won't be negative about it, but I'll present options to you and why I think it's a better choice. So it keeps me in check sometimes, and sometimes it'll float on its own, and I'll write and come back to it. That's why I would not say this is an AI comic, because I don't get on there and just tell it, hey, make a Scar comic. Uh-huh. Each issue probably takes about 4 or 5 hours of going back and forth, writing the script. And then sometimes with some of the scripts, as we'd go farther into other books, new ideas would come up and we'd have to go back and incorporate them into the earlier books. Like we came up with this idea, and the comic's basically a post-apocalyptic adventure. It starts off with Scar in this like arena, and they're making him do gladiator type battles, and he's got to survive their big bad guy, the executioner, and it kind of goes from there. There's a guy that runs it with a PYT shirt on, called the Chairman.
Of course. See, told you they're everywhere. They're like cockroaches.
In the Scar universe, PYT, you'll see them pop up a little bit more, just the little symbols, little signs about it. Uh-huh. But what we'll find out is they're kind of like the bad guy organization that's caused everying.
Sounds about right.
Way farther down the road, PYT is definitely going to play a bigger and bigger role. I started taking this comic and working with AI with it. And before long we had scripts written, and so then I'd start putting in prompts. And illustration is it comes up with some fantastic illustration, but I couldn't use it alone because it would drift a lot. You know, I've learned so much about AI and how it works and how specific you have to be with it. And like it'll do a page, and at the start of the page, Scar looks perfect, and then by the bottom of the page, he's got a metal mask on that's half here and just some guy behind it. And it's like, oh yeah, I see. ChatGPT is almost like two different programs. The program that talks to you and understands what you want, and the imaging program that kind of just does what it wants.
Yeah, pretty much. I use it for the promotional pics for the guests.
Yes.
And of course, like the last one, it was Cardi. Like, doesn't even look like Cardi. But okay, maybe it doesn't. Okay, but I can't get it right 100% of the time.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't like it, you do it. You know.
You know what I found works a lot of time is I have to put the base picture back because I do an original picture for everybody that's a real person.
Yeah.
I take their promo picture, I put it in there, and I have it create a comic book character, and then I save that as the base picture that I can then go back to and say, using this as a reference, and then sometimes I have to put in there this picture that I own, and then tell it what else I want it to do, and then it'll get the image right. But each page sometimes takes 10, 15, 20 different rewrites before it's ready to go into the book. And then I learned how to use Canva to kind of assemble everything. It's to the point now where I can't, like at first I was having it do just whole pages. And then there were problems with that. Things were, sometimes like one panel couldn't come out right. It just, no matter what. So then I've learned how to piece different things together and just create one panel at a time and then put those in there and fix them like that. And then learning how to publish it to Kindle was a whole nother issue, but
man, it's a process.
It is. So like I said, I fully admit I use AI for the imaging. I'm not an artist. Nothing is hand drawn by me. Never would claim for it to be, but it's not just, okay, I need a new issue of Scar and have it do it. It just doesn't work like that.
No, you actually have to give input. It takes human input to create it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes it's nice because I'll have an idea that I want to do in like 3 story arcs from now, and I'll get on there and we'll flush out the idea, and then I'll just tell it, okay, save that for later. So then later when I'm getting to that point, I can say, what did we say about this? And then it'll be able to bring it up. It's almost like a personal assistant.
Okay. And that's the first issue that you showed us. And
yes,
it's going to be a continuing series. And this is just the first book.
Yes. The first story arc is 6 books.
Okay.
And most of the characters in them are people who I wrestled with in the real world. There's the chairman there. There's Brujo Shaman, somebody who was another tag partner of mine, who was a great tag partner. I'd almost have to add a 5th onto
the Mount Rushmore.
The Mount Rushmore. It's hard to just pick 4.
Yeah.
There is Savage and Shrapnel, a boy and his monster, make an appearance. Frankie the Chi-Town Hitman makes an appearance.
Thank you for watching. Sorry, Shane.
Oh,
want to shout out to somebody that's watching the show.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Chairman, like I said, PYT makes their way in there. Anybody that joins the Patreon page, and I think it's like $8 a month, will automatically, if they send me a picture, I'll create a graphic of them as a character in the Scar world. Anybody who I wrestled with, contact me. Let me know if you want to be in it. Give me your permission to put you in it. I can't promise it'll be right away, but like I said, I've got all these stories worked out that I'm going to need characters for. So I love getting people invested in it by being part of it.
That sounds like I'll definitely jump in on that.
Awesome. Just shoot me a message on my Facebook page for Scar Comics. And
I'm sure JSO would not mind being in a comic either. So I think I can actually speak for him. I think he's okay with it.
I think you would probably want to ride a mini horse in there somewhere or whatever.
Why did you have to say that?
Oh shoot, sorry.
See, I know what it is, dude. It's
See, that
protecting
image
their hair.
could be like painted on a wall somewhere and
Oh man,
stuff growing over it.
oh man, JSO loves that silly thing, man. And the thing is, I think that Josh misses JSO because you keep bringing up that stupid thing, so you want to see it so bad. Gosh. Playboy Preparation H, you're right. Yeah. Can't stand that dude. I hope JSO kicks the crap out of him.
That's Saturday, right? Those two?
Yeah, and no, he's facing Attila.
Oh, that's right.
Jerry's facing Playboy, and I'm facing Virgil, and I'm gonna kick the crap out of him. It's an unsanctioned street fight. I'm gonna beat the crap out of that backdoor man.
True story about Virgil.
Yeah.
In WPW, we were short a couple people we always like to have for Damian Blade's dad. We had a battle royal, or not a battle royal, but an actual rumble in his honor. And one year we were having it, and we were short a couple people. We always like to have 30, just like the rumble that everybody's used to, one every 2 minutes. And Virgil stepped in and agreed to be a participant in it. And apparently one of the ropes had a tiny bit of wire that poked through the tubing and the tape. And he went down in the corner and managed to somehow get his hand on that and slashed his hand all the way across into the meat and did a lot of damage. And, my wife ran him to the hospital in town, and he, to his credit, I know you don't like to give PYT much credit of anything, but he could have probably bankrupted the entire company, or at least our insurance on it. And he stepped up and said, no, you know what? I grabbed it. You've went out there and immediately fixed it. My only concern is not having anybody else get hurt. And I could never show him enough appreciation for how he handled the situation, and still feel horrible that, the last thing I would want to do in one of my matches or anything that I promoted is have somebody get hurt. So yeah. Well, much credit to him on that.
Yeah. So real world shoot talk. Good guy. That's awesome. Yeah. Now wrestling world talk. Screw that guy. I'm going to kick the crap out of him. I'm going to hit him with everything I can get my hands on in Herky. It's going to be fun. Okay. So we had a listener pop up a question about what's up with the random horse. Well, Jamie, I'm going to explain this to you. It makes more sense if my bestie was here with us, because it's actually his creation. He has an obsession, and I have to say it, of course, but he has an obsession with mini horses, and he wants to ride it to the ring, a real mini horse to the ring. And and he loves that picture because he thinks he looks like a stud muffin. So he likes to bring it up every chance he gets, so that way he can see that stupid graphic come across the screen. So he's got that. And then Josh, you have the Diablos, which is his rating system. Instead of stars, they're donkeys or asses. Yeah, I know, it's funny. Yeah, I'm telling you, wait, this is actually a very tame episode, guys, because usually if my bestie's here, he takes over and he just runs off at the mouth. But hey, you got to love him, hate him, man. He's entertaining. You can't deny him. He's very entertaining. So anyway, go ahead, Shane. Continue on, buddy.
Well, I just if I can promote it for a second.
Absolutely. The first everything you want to say.
The first 2 issues are available on Amazon in both Kindle ebook and print paperback. I'm getting some copies of the books printed, and I will be at the Toyman convention in May. I'm going to start trying to hit up some of those and have a booth out there. So if you want to come by and say hi, see the books, take a look at them, pick yourself up one.
When is that?
That's what I was just getting ready to look at. Let me get my calendar.
Yeah, I'm curious because
I'm old and
I think JSO's been there a few times, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, hold on here. You're gonna have to give an old man time to look it up because I was too dumb to put it in my calendar. There's their Facebook page. It's a good time. There's a lot of people out there. May 3rd.
May 3rd, and where's it at?
It is at the. It's over in St. Charles, out by.
The convention center.
It is again. Let me bring that back up again at the Machinist Hall, 12365 St. Charles Rock Road.
Oh, okay.
9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Huh. All right.
Would you ever be selling these at like local shows that you're at, or?
Yes, that's one thing that I'm in the process of talking to a few promoters at, see if I can get some table space and set up and meet people. I'll bring the real Scar mask out, and they can take a look at it and take a look at the comics, and hopefully they enjoy.
Man, that is awesome.
That is cool.
Sweet, man. Shane, I appreciate you. How can they get a hold of you on socials? Are you on socials?
I am. You can go to the Scar Comics page, just at Scar Comics, and you'll find us there on Facebook. We have the Patreon page. Patreon members get all kinds of cool stuff. I put some wallpapers on there. Like I said, if you join a paid membership, gets you your own character in the Scar world. I put the books up there for pre-release before anybody else gets to see them. I sometimes there's some blooper stuff that is just kind of funny. I'll put all kinds of extra stuff on there. I'll have kind of just some background stories to different books and things like that. It's just a way to get like a deeper perspective into it.
Man, that is awesome. And we got that cool. Popped up on the show for those of you. That is awesome. And as far as in the wrestling world, you still participate, even though you're retired from the ring. You still dabble behind the scenes and other things. So where can we catch you at in the wrestling scene?
I will be at NGW at their next show, assisting Guido with commentary.
Oh, you're going to get to commentate me and my bestie kicking the crap out of your buddy Savage and that man-child and take their tag team championships. That's going to be awesome.
Quite possible. Yeah, we'll never know till we get there.
Oh, those tag team titles are going to look so good on us. I can't wait for that.
Get tag team title in. I might have to make a comeback.
Oh, you might have to. Shane, man, I appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you so much. And I do want to grab that issue, man. I want to start following it because I think it's really cool. And I see my friend Mark is in the chat asking if JSO is in a timeout. No, Mark, he is not in a timeout. Apparently, he had more important things to do tonight, which I can understand because in real life, he is babysitting his granddaughter. So that is obviously more important than this podcast. So we will probably see him next week.
So he's not at the mini horse convention.
Why do you have to keep saying the word? Why? Jeez. I swear, you're just
having
bad
some
as he is.
JSO withdrawals.
I think he is, man. I think you need help. Anyway, Shane, man, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
We will see you at the NGW show, and you will say, and new NGW Tag Team Champions.
Oh, yeah.
All
Thanks
right, buddy.
for having me on, guys.
See you, man.
Good night.
See ya.
Wow. Holy crap. That guy's been around. He has seen it, and he has done it. I didn't know that about him and Cowboy. That's pretty cool, man.
That's actually really cool.
That is really, really cool. I mean, I've got to meet Bob a few times over the years, and just to be in the ring and just to do stuff with him, that is just really cool. And then his comic, too, just to have inspiration. I mean, how cool is that? Turn your wrestling character into a comic character.
You never know that they may use us as one of their like commentators as in a death royale, like in the background.
You never know. That's true. And Robin just said you're fired, Josh.
No, I'm not. He's fired.
Don't piss off Santa. Don't get on his naughty list.
I'll bring it. I'm not afraid of Santa Claus.
Hey, just watch out for presents, okay? Because they bounce off his head and come back and hit you. Trust me, I know this from experience.
Listen, I'll dodge like a dodgeball, like dip, dive, duck, and dodge.
Yeah. You can dodge a present, you can dodge a ball, right? Oh, no, dodge a wrench. Anyways, okay. So that was a really cool interview. I enjoyed that. Looking forward to that. So, yeah, I guess JSO really did not want to grace us with his presence, so that's okay. That's why, it's weird. That's why I'm so, off balance tonight because I'm so used to him
the
yelling in my ear and I can't get a word out edgewise. Now all of a sudden we go an entire show without him. It's weird.
There's no F-bombs dropped.
You're right. No F-bombs. We should give that 5 Diablos for no F.
5 Diablos.
5 Diablos for no F-bombs dropped in this episode. See how that goes?
Hit the pyro.
Yeah, pyro. Yeah, camera guy's got to get with that. Oh, he's
that works. Hey, you know what? That works.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was a good interview, Mark. You're right, man. I'm a comic book nerd. I love it. I mean, obviously, I got Superman.
I never got into. I'm not gonna lie. If I see it online, I'll read it. It's cool. I just never got into the whole collecting thing of the comics. Like,
it's just storytelling. It goes hand in hand with wrestling, so that's why to me it makes sense because that's all it is. It's just good storytelling. That's why you keep wanting to read it. I like
a good like I watch every now and then I'll catch Invincible on Amazon, but I think they have like a comic style or comic book, and it's actually pretty interesting.
A lot of graphic novels are coming out again. That's starting to get popular.
My favorite graphic novel was Watchmen.
Watchmen. I was The Dark Knight Returns.
I like them both. I love Rorschach. Rorschach's been one of my favorite on the DC world. That's not the main big group of superheroes.
Right on. Well, dude, I tell you right now, it's been a very peaceful episode. That's for sure. I'm sure next week it's going to be loud, and I'm sure he's going to take over.
A megaphone.
Yeah, man. Jeez Louise. Man, it's nice. I can actually leave this episode without a headache. It's peaceful. But, hey, anyways, next week we have a very, very, very entertaining guest, and him and JSO conversating ought to be very entertaining. I'm probably going to be over here crying, laughing like I normally am. We're going to have Wyatt Trash.
I'm looking forward to that.
He's going to be our guest next week. That guy is wild, Mr. Cooter, Missouri guy himself. Oh my God, there he is. Oh my God.
His energy you can't match his energy. It's up there.
I mean, the dude's drunk all the time. I don't think he's ever been sober a day in his life.
Yeah, it's alcohol and Red Bull combined or something. I don't know what he drinks.
And he's from Cooter, Missouri. I mean, that can't be good, right?
Right. I don't know what they have in the water down there.
Jeez. So, anyways, guys, that ought to about wrap it up, I think, for tonight. I don't really have anything else for tonight. Do you?
No, I'm good. I'm set.
Good. See, man, good. I'm so thrown off because he's not here. That's so weird. Gosh.
It's like you need a cardboard cutout in the back.
See, now that you've said that,
it's gonna happen.
He's probably gonna watch this. He's gonna hear that. And he's probably gonna, the times that he's not here, he's probably gonna have a cardboard cutout put back here. I know he will because that's just how he is. But anyways, yeah. So next week ought to be fun with Wyatt Trash. Looking forward to it. Other than that, please, guys, help us grow. Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube. Like, comment, share. It helps more than you know.
Oh, yeah.
And until then, guys, have a wonderful night. Be excellent to each other, and we will see you next week. Later.